I know you can't really tell, but the paint is turning out beautiful on this one. This is one I'm making for my mother for her birthday. That's why I love to paint. It's one of the most stress relieving things I have in my tool arsenal. Like I said, meet the new Bob Ross of the Diecast Customizer world. I love Bob Ross. He's one of my favorite people. I've been inspired by him since I was a little boy. You can learn a lot from Bob Ross. I love the way he paints. I love the way he thought. He was one of the greatest people to ever bless the art community, I think, in my opinion. He had such a stress-free way of painting, and to me, that's the only way to paint. You want to be as stress-free as possible, so that way, when you're painting, it's letting the creative side of you bleed out onto your canvas. If you're all stressed out and you're in a hurry, that's usually when accidents happen. And it's not meant to be a job. It's not meant to not be fun. It's meant to be relaxing and stress-free, and that's when a lot of the most beautiful artwork is created. This is my opinion, by the way, but this is how I've logically got it put together in my head. When you're free and exempt of all the stresses, and you're creating an art piece or whatever you may be working on, and it's not treated as a job but as a passion, you tend to have more craftsmanship about it. I like to freelance a lot of things and just start with a certain color and see where it goes. So, like with this one, for example, I know the foundation color that I want, but I don't know the rest of it yet. I'm going to let that come to me. I'm in no hurry to pick those colors. I'm in no hurry to throw more color on here. It will happen when it happens, and it'll happen how Faith wants it to happen, not how I want it to happen. But I can promise you, this car will not only be beautiful, but it will be one I remember creating, and for who I created it for, and the person that will be getting it. Like I said, it's my mother's. It's a birthday gift for my mother. She'll hold on to, and it'll have sentimental value as well as it having sentimental value to me. And I love the fact that in most cases you can go out and spend $1 on a casting. and spend a couple of dollars on paint. Even if you don't have a couple of dollars for paint, you can take a marker and create something of sentimental value to pass on to somebody else. That to me is just awesome. I figured I would start documenting my painting sessions. And keeping a dialogue or a diary or however you want to express that for my own reasons. And if anybody gets enjoyment out of it or cares to share in on my life of painting, then, and maybe I can influence somebody. Maybe it won't be influencing them today. Maybe they'll come across this video 20 years from now and be influenced by it. To me, that's what makes it worth doing. Not only for myself, but for others. If I can share my abilities with others and influence them in a positive way, I'm all for that. I'll try not to bore you with too much of my dialogue. So, here goes a Mopar I'm working on as well. I don't have no clear coat on this yet. But this one is, if you've seen it in your hand, like if you could see the color and clarity of it, not on the screen, I think a lot of people would be able to appreciate the toning and the color choice on this one and how I've got it sprayed. And I'm not done with it, but the way it is now is it is very beautiful. Like, especially in the sunlight or in certain lighting, it is a very unique color for one. It is a very nice color. I like how this one came out. I really do. And I'm excited to see where it will go and how well it will look when I'm done with it. But as far as where it's at right now, I'm really happy with it. I could not have tried to even plan this if I tried. But I've like the highlighting of certain aspects of the curves. I really like how it came out. I still need to put a little bit more color, saturate a little bit more of the color on this side. I do see this side is darker than this side, but I can tone that to match the other side. But this is a very beautiful paint job on this car so far. I really like it. And I'm working on a blank Nova. I'm super happy about this one. Like, anytime I get to spray a Nova, I'm happy. So, the Novas Novas and Camaros and Datsuns, I tend to keep for myself. Those are the ones I love. So the 67 Camaro with the opening hood, that tends to be my favorite. I like all the Camaros, but the Hot Wheels made by Mattel casting with the opening hood is my favorite 67 Camaro casting. The IROC. I used to own one of these. 1990 IROC Z28, or even though it's badge Z28, it's an IROC. International Race of Champions is what IROC stands for. It was a race. I think it's still a race, but it's not like what it used to be. But this one, I'm going to create to look like my car that I actually owned. Then I have a Trans Am that I'm doing to match the car that I own. As you've seen, I did the Escalade that I'm converting into a GMC Denali to mimic my truck. I'm doing a Cutlass after one of the cars I used to own. A 1987 Monte Carlo SS after another one of the cars that I've owned. You'll notice I have I've got a lot of G bodies I've owned. I'm a G body kind of guy. I'm a Chevy boy first and foremost. I'm not prejudiced to any car manufacturer. I love them all. Anything with wheels, anything with a gas pedal, a brake pedal, and sometimes a clutch that I can do something absolutely thrilling in, I'm all for. So it doesn't matter the car manufacturer or brand. I'm not prejudiced to any one of them. I appreciate engineering in every aspect. So, but I'm a GM baby. I've had my family's worked for GM, so I'm a big GM fan. From Flint, Michigan. I was born and raised kind of in Bryan College Station, Texas. Moved to Flint, Michigan. That's just a little backlog on my history. So, yes, I'm from Texas. But Flint, Michigan will always be my home away from home. I love GM. I love all of GM products. I love everything about it. It's what sustained my family for a long period of time, including Cat Railroads, or the train company Cat. My grandfather worked for that company for a long time. I come from a long lineage of veterans who served in every war that you can possibly think of. So I'm very patriotic. Even though I've never served, I have my father, my grandfather, my great-grandfather, my great-great-grandfather, many uncles, cousins, serving today and in the past. I'm sure my boys might end up serving in the future. So we are very patriotic people. We have a lot of love for our soldiers. And we're very grateful for everything that they do for us. They're on selfish sacrifice for the common good of human being. But I'm going to cut this video now. It's almost a half hour into it, and I've got about 15 minutes of it, or 13 minutes of it painting, and the rest of it me running my yap. So I hope you guys have a blessed day. I hope nothing but great health for all of you. And I appreciate you sitting in and enjoying listening to me talk and paint. Like I said, I'll be making a lot more of these. I'll be posting them on my YouTube channel, documenting my work hours and my conversations and things that I've I will be doing and have done. So stay tuned for this one. I hope my mother doesn't see it before her birthday. But yes, I will talk to you guys later.